Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're here with Richard Clarke, the creator of the Disaster Dragon deck. And what message do you have for the folks, Rich?
Ladies and gentlemen, Disaster Dragon is back.
Alright, now before we get started with the deck profile, what happened today?
Okay. For the record, the deck unofficially finished 8-1. The only reason why I finished 7-2 was because of a deck check error where I wasn't given enough time to replace the cards that they said were warped, which is okay.
So basically what happened is his opponent won without even drawing a single card because they told him that his card was not right. Alright, anyways, let's get started.
Alrighty, the build I used today, Disaster Incarnate. Got 3 copies of Blaster. Did a lot of work today, huge muscle, searching out fire dragons. 3 copies of Tempest.
Alright.
Also did a lot of work in searching out debris and Drago. A lot of help there. 3 copies of Redox. Equally good. Helping me search out Reactant, Exploder, whatever I felt was necessary. 3 copies of Effect Veiler. This was a late edition, but a welcome edition nonetheless. I figured why not? It wouldn't hurt. It gives me more debris targets, and negating effects is always a good thing now. 2 copies of Quackimera Drago. I really wanted to make room for 3, but I didn't want to go over the 41 card mark.
Alright.
So,
and did he help you out today?
Quacky's muscle really did help out late game against Evil Swarm, where the numbers of cards on the field were really low and options were little.
Alright.
2 copies of Mass Dragon. Helped out just as good in the Evil Swarm matchup, helping me search out for Golem Dragon and Exploder Dragon to remove Opion.
Alright, so do you basically suicide into them or you just let them kill you?
I'll just let them kill it and let me search.
Alright.
2 copies of Debris Dragon. This guy was clearly the MVP of the day.
How so?
Just being able to set up so many Exceed plays and the opponent's either countering with negation that was meant for...
Sorry about that, really busy.
Yeah, like, where negation was meant for, like, the Exceeds and such, Debris set up so many plays where the negation kicked in before I went into the Exceeds. I was able to use its effect for tons of targets in Grave, like used Veilers, Golem Dragon, even Lightning, to help set up plays.
Alright, next up.
2 copies of Exploder Dragon.
Sexy. Now, these guys help you do what exactly?
They clear off problem monsters. In Evil Swarms, they help me clear off Opion. In E-Dragons, they help me clear off negated Dragosax, Big Eye, anything that just needs to get off the field.
Alright.
Single copy of Old Reliable, the Red Doctor.
Alright. Plain and simple.
No explanation needed here. Single copies of the minis. I wanted to go single copy only because I didn't want to...
You didn't play the water?
No copies of the water. There weren't really that many good targets for Stream and Title to like work on.
Alright.
And I really didn't want to like clog it up and have a bad Evil Swarm matchup. So most of the time against that deck, I found myself siding out these 3 first.
Okay.
Single copy of Flamvale Guard and Golem Dragon. strong defenders against like rushers. There were many times where Evil Swarm Heliotrope and Pumped Up Thunderbirds would run into these while set, and the extra 50 damage helped me keep a body on the field and even give me another turn.
Alright, sounds good. And then you got
Lastly,
one card.
Yamada Dragon.
Now, this is a spirit card. Why did you play this card?
It's always been helpful ever since the original build that I used back in LA. And with the elementals, specifically Blaster, being able to search this from the deck, this was a given. And to make it, and since it's 7 stars, it works equally as well overlaying with another elemental.
Oh, alright. So that's it for the monster lineup. Let's go to the spells.
Okay, spell lineup, single copies of Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, and Book of Moon.
Alright. Basic staples.
Double copy of Gold Sark.
Not 3?
Not 3. I found that most of the time it's good game 1, but once the Iron Walls come in, Gold Sark becomes instantly dead, which is why I found myself siding it out more so than the next card, which is Sacred Sword of 7 stars. Ran 2 copies only because this actually helps get around Iron Wall on the chain. So if I activate this, I would banish the level 7 dragon as a cost and still be able to get the draw 2 and search.
Oh, nice.
Finally, maxed Super Rejuvenation. This was also a late addition. I actually liked having the triple copies in. At first, I started out with 2, but seeing as how I use more than just the minis, I use the individual effects of the bigger ones, I find myself discarding more often, and at times tributing elementals for Yamada as well.
Alright, now for the traps.
Trap lineup was pretty simple. Triple breakthrough skill.
Alright.
Breakthrough worked really well today, giving me multiple negates, even when I didn't need to chain it. Really opened a lot of plays that were needed at the time. And the single copy return. When Debris wasn't able to give me the rank 4 exceeds, Return was able to. Even if the LP payment was steep, or I only had like 2 or 3 banished dragons.
Alright. Thank you so much. Now we still got your extra deck. Let's see how unique this deck is.
Okay, the traditional copies of Big Eye and Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosac, aka Game Plane. More often, Dracosac set up a lot of plays rather than go for win me the game.
Okay.
But it was more or less decoy, and the removal effect worked out just as well. Big Eye, I really didn't go into that much today. More so the game plane than Big Eye, but they work equally well. Single copy Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger. There were a couple of games where Gaia actually got me the win, where if I'm running into a small defender or a Mega Phantom Beast token. The rank 4s, Cowboy. I went into him once today, but it was for game. Gemini Pearl. I believe I went into it once as well to get over a Ophion, but the number of times I summoned these, it doesn't even catch up to how many times I summoned her today. Queen Dragon de Jin, she did a ton of work today, allowing me to set up rank 7 exceed plays for generally free. I would use Debris and Golem to overlay into her, or flip a return and bring back any other level 4s that aren't Drago, and overlay into her and bring back Blaster and Attack or Redox in defense, and they wouldn't bounce to the hand at the end of the opponent's turn.
Nice.
Alright, the Synchros, single Crimson Blader, single Red Dragon Archfiend, Stardust, and Scrap Dragon. I definitely went into each of these once today, just to like set up plays and build advantage. Red Dragon actually knocked off a line of 3 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens, allowing Blaster to get over sitting Dracosac. Crimson Blader went ahead and ate a ton of Veilers, but better the Blader than a Big Eye or a Dracosac. Stardust protected the field when needed. Usually I paired this once with a Queen Dragon. Scrap went ahead and knocked off back row using tokens along with the Dracosac.
Alright.
And finally the level 7 synchros, which I went into way more than the level 8s. Single Black Rose, single Exploder Dragon Wing, and single Ancient Fairy Dragon.
Now what is that in the middle?
Exploder Dragon Wing, seriously underrated dragon synchro. It's easy for me to go into since Debris and Lightning work together. You can just synchro off for this guy and battle with 2400 attackers and lower. This actually worked really well in the Mermail matchup, as they would leave Abyss Megalos on the field unprotected, and also it did a ton of damage in the Madolche matchup that I had round 9. Also in the Madolche matchup, Ancient Fairy did a bit of work nuking Chateau, as well as eating a Fiendish Chain in order to set that up. Black Rose had its share of setup plays where it would eat a breakthrough skill that could have been meant for a Big Eye or a Dracosac, all thanks to Debris and Lightning.
Well, there you have it. This was Richard's Clarke's. What do you call this deck, Rich?
Disaster Incarnate.
Disaster what?
Incarnate.
You mean they're back?
As yes, they are back.
Alright, and now you can be playing with this deck at Nats?
I most likely will.
Alright. Thank you very much. Later.
Later.
Oh, and by the way, gotta represent your team, son.
SC Gaming all
SC
day.
Gaming. And don't forget about Gamescape Tallahassee. We have our regional next Saturday.
This Saturday.
Well, actually this Saturday, June 1st. Thank you everyone and have a great day.